And today, for my workout here in the Munich course, I'm going to do 6 times 3/4 mile repeats. It might sound easy, but I tell you, by the end of that 6th one, I'm going to be crying. I'm going to be looking for a drink of milk.
Eamonn Coghlan, world record holder and premier indoor miler today. You'll meet him coming up. Madison Square Garden Network presents Coca-Cola High School Sports Week. Welcome once again to Coca-Cola High School Sports Week, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel.
Here comes Eamonn Coghlan right on his shoulder. Eamonn Coghlan taking the lead.
The crowd is deafening. Look at Coghlan go!
Eamonn Coghlan coming down to the tape.
Amazing.
Last January in the Milrose Games at Madison Square Garden, the chairman of the boards, Eamonn Coghlan, claimed an unprecedented 7th Wanamaker mile. He is the premier indoor miler in the world and holds world records in the 1,500 meters and the 2,000 meters, and we are very glad to have you here with us this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg. It's a pleasure.
Also with us, joining us are 4 of the premier high school distance runners in the tri-state area. Up top there in the multicolored sweater is John Coyle of Christian Brothers Academy. And to his left is J.T. Burke of Xavier High School in Middletown, Connecticut. Down here next to me is Nnenna Lynch of Hunter College High School in New York. And to her left is John's teammate, Matt Mitchell of Christian Brothers Academy as well. Thank you all for being here. You will all be taking part in the Kinney Northeast Regional, for which you are spokesman, correct?
That's right.
What's the big deal about this race? Is it a true test? Is it one of the big tests of distance runners in the country?
There's no doubt about it. As a matter of fact, it's the only national championship in the United States that takes place for high schools, and Kinney Shoes organize it, the cross-country championships, and after the regionals take place on the 28th of November, which they all participate, the top people will go out to Balboa Park in San Diego, where they compete on December 12th.
In December, what a terrible place to be, San Diego.
It's pretty rough, all right, yeah.
You said the only national championship for high schoolers. You think maybe there should be more of this sort of thing?
Well, there's no doubt about it, especially, you know, in running in this country. Cross-country running in particular is the foundation to any runner's progress. Without cross-country running, they're not going to really, you know, go and benefit at the major outdoor meets. And cross-country running and a national championship is an obvious incentive for them to really reach the very, very top level.
High school people are still developing at this age. Is there a stage at which it can be overdone at their age?
I think so. There's too much emphasis perhaps on time. When a runner gets out onto the track, he's constantly always trying to run the fastest possible time he can, and cross-country running is going to enable them to forget about the clock and to run, as we do in Ireland, up and down the hills. Just run as if you're out there running wild, and I think that's the best preparation for your track career.
Okay, with a runner of your status, I know that a couple of the folks have some questions. Let's start with you, Nnenna.
I was wondering about how competing in cross-country is different in Europe.
Well, it's much different than here in the United States, in high school and in college especially. Over in the US, it's contained to October and November and just about into December, whereas in Europe it's spread from October right through to March, and there's no indoor competition for high school runners at all. Therefore, instead of trying to pack 10 or 12 races into a 2-month period, they're spreading them over 5 months, and that being held back over that period of time saves their bodies, saves their mind, and enables them to prepare much more easier for an outdoor season.
John, how about you?
There's a myth, I don't know if it's a myth or not, people criticize American runners for burning out or doing too much, running too much, trying to win all the time, and especially from Europeans. That's why they say we're not as good as the Europeans or something. What's your comment on it?
Well, it's probably true. It's not that you're not better than the Europeans. It's just like I say, that burnout syndrome arrives because you're trying to pack too much fast running into your track career. In high school, every week you might have 2 or 3 races a week. In cross country, you're going to have a race every week for 6 or 7 weeks. Whereas over there, the emphasis is not on time. The coaches constantly pull the reins. They hold the athletes back. They want to spread out their talents over a period of, you know, many years till they're 21, 22, 23 before they really let them go, rather than trying to produce world stars at teenage age.
Eamonn, JT over here won the 1986 New England States Championships. What kind of question might you have regarding his preparation for the upcoming competition?
What kind of mileage have you been doing now for this?
We've backed down considerably on the mileage. We did a lot of mileage earlier on in the year.
What's a lot?
About 9.5, 10 a day, except before meets where we'd cut it down to 8 or 6 before a big meet. And sometimes we go 8 before a meet that shouldn't be as hard as, you know, there's
well, it
difference
seems like
between...
your preparation is pretty well on course for a successful event.
Now, Matt over here is the guy who's leaning towards flying in the Naval Academy, but he was also the winner of the Fifth Avenue Mile, the high school boys section. What about him?
Yeah, Matt was certainly flying down Fifth Avenue day. I saw him. He ran, I think, 4:11 in that race. Is that right? That's faster than I think some of the seniors ran that day. Your preparation, Matt, for cross country really is as a preparation for the indoor season. Is that right?
Well, yeah, pretty much. I prefer track because I have a little bit more leg speed, and I just cross country. I mean, the hills get to me. I mean, I have to admit it. It's just like I don't really run twice a day like a lot of the people do. Like, I mean, I don't because I just like feel I want to wait till college or wait till I can like till I'm fully developed, I guess, so I can get the better times in later when they matter more.
Well, remember, you know, the next time, you know, your legs are hurting, especially when you're going up the hills and you want to just quit, that every pain that you feel is only good preparation for your track career. So, you know, cross country is a must. You got to do it. You got to do it over a period of time. You're not supposed to run as fast as you can. You want to absorb it going up and down the hills, and you'll find that your track career, both indoors and outdoors, will certainly benefit very much so from cross country running.
What's the difference when you train for speed as opposed to train for stamina?
Well, stamina, you're going over longer distances. You know, if you start off your first day in September back at school and the coach says, okay, I want you to go out today and run a mile as fast as you can, and you go out the second and third and fourth day and fourth week and try and run the same time, you'll burn yourself out. Cross country builds the stamina. You want to spread it. You want to run very slow over a period of months just to absorb all the strength. And then you'll find by the time the track season comes around, you'll have the foundation in your body, and your speed will be much better when you commence your speed training at that point, and it'll last longer through the season.
Is it too early for Eamonn Coghlan to start thinking about Olympic competition?
Oh, certainly not. I've been thinking about Olympic competition for 20 years now. But I'm in full preparation now for the Seoul Olympics, which is going to be 10 months from now. And my preparation will entail an awful lot of cross-country running, literally for 6 months, and that'll be not racing, but training cross-country.
Okay. The Keene Northeast Regional takes place a week from Saturday, November the 28th. You'll all be there, right? Good luck to you all. Once again, Nnenna Lynch, Matt Mitchell, J.T. Burke, John Coyle, and of course, the one and only Eamonn Coghlan. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Okay. Some words from Olympic gold medalist Mark Breland. A timeout, and we'll be right back.